So I'm going to go through my photo shoot. I want you to pay attention to this window in the back, and that's where I get most of my light from. So I'm working with a newer model. She just wants to do this stuff, and young kids are, I don't know how to describe it, insecure about themselves. So you have to kind of prep them up and everything. And she was very much like, I don't like the way this looks or that looks, and so you have to be upfront with your photographers if you're going to do this type of thing. But I kind of want to talk about the lighting and just kind of like some of the scenarios. And this is a really nice pantsuit type of thing. It's her mom, so it's kind of big on her. Her mom's really tall, and so she's a little bit shorter. But overall, it looked pretty good in some of the shots. Like here, it's kind of, I was just playing with the shadows. That's all I wanted to do with kind of with her hair. And most of my light is coming from this window on the right-hand side that you kind of see. This shot, I was trying to get a silhouette, and so some of the shots came out pretty good as far as like photos. I didn't post any of the photos on here because I just want to kind of do the video just real quick. But the silhouette came out really well. The background is really bright, but I'm losing the sun pretty quick, so this is my only window light. Now, we changed outfits, and you're going to see this kind of jump back and forth. There's a guy down here that's kind of helping me out, and mom is on the left. And I always tell models, always bring somebody with you, especially when you're young. Bring mom or dad. Most times just bring mom, because dads are a little bit more protective, so are boyfriends. But for the most part, this was pretty good. There was a videographer that wanted to test some stuff out, so he's down here at the bottom doing his little test out. But I was using the window light on the right. She was wearing a skirt, and I always tell everybody, if you're wearing skirts, also if you're modeling, you're watching this, which I don't think any models ever watch this type of stuff, but if you're wearing a skirt, you always want to wear shorts underneath, the spandex shorts or the volleyball shorts, something that's not, you're not exposed or anything. So some of the shots that we're getting here, I think the guy on the floor is named Freddie. I'm not 100% sure, but he, I only know him by his Instagram handle, but he was doing balancing on his gimbal because he wanted to try out the gimbal for the first time. He had audio that he wanted to try out, so we're doing that kind of stuff. And so I use the window light as the main source, and later on there's some curtains over here with some white curtains, so we use it as a diffuser, and you'll see it when she's on the stairs. But for the most part, I'm just kind of taking shots, kind of going through it. I'm keeping her posed the same because I just want to get different angles. And her mom is off to the left, kind of encouraging her, telling her stuff. And so we work with what we have. I have a flash, but I didn't want to like put it in there because it was too bright as it was. And I know somebody asked me when I was talking to him about this shoot, like what was my settings for my camera, and really truthfully, one of the settings that I use is the f-stop. And so on this one, I think I was using a 35 mil lens, and so I dropped it down to like 2.8, I think, or 2. I think the 35 or I think the 35 goes down to 2. And so in the shoot, I'm kind of like posing her as best I can. I'm kind of shooting best I can, and so I moved to the other side to get some kind of like shots. And she's worried about her skirt. You kind of saw it there for a minute, and I was trying to get this shadow in her face. If you look at the shot right now, it worked out pretty good for the most part. There were a couple of times where I was like, hey, turn to the light. And so I want to keep her hand kind of the same and her pose, but I just wanted her face in different kind of angles. And then I'll ask her to kind of move how it is. And she's not really like one of those people that moves a lot when the shutter goes off. But I'm going to explain that here in just a minute as far as the shutter is concerned. But we're trying to do some shots, and I'm trying to use the shadow and the light from the window. But I'm going to come back to the shoot here in a second. I'm going to jump over to this little piece where we kind of go up against the window, and I'm using the light, and it's bare. There's no fabric or anything that we put over it, so it gives this really beautiful like backlight to her suit, and the red and everything comes out. So here's the staircase that we're using, and this was shot for Instagram, and so I really like the staircase and the light that was coming in, and I use Luminar AI, and Luminar AI really is able to pull out a lot of that light as long as I'm not in the way. And so I'm using the light from all these places. Behind me, there's a door that's open that has lights pouring in, and there's on the right hand side there's light, on the left hand side. So this is like a perfect spot in the staircase. I kind of wish there was something at the top, maybe like fabric or like a painting or something. But this is actually pretty good. And so the guy was asking me what am I recording with, and I'm recording with a GoPro. I just got it, brand new. That's what I'm kind of recording with. I'm gonna let you know this shot. She wanted a specific like shot here, but I really didn't like the way the shot came out. There was something missing. I don't know if it was the pants or maybe her legs were just not long enough. I'm not 100% sure. She didn't pick any of the images after it was all said and done, but um, I thought there was potential. I thought it was pretty cool. It's just I don't know. I was looking for a specific shot, and I had it in my phone, and it just didn't come out. It didn't come out well. Her arms weren't long enough, or I don't know. She was just trying to do something, and the pose wasn't coming out. And I liked the hair, how it was falling. And I think this has been better in a chair, which there was a chair nearby, but we didn't use it. Anyway, so I try to stay. You can kind of see me. I'm off to the left a little bit of her, and I'm trying to stay in out of the light, but I can't because I'm a big guy, and so my shadow casts a little bit over. So what I did in Luminar is I put a mask on here and I kind of raised it up, and I don't know if people are interested in watching edits or anything like that, so I don't really put that in there. But I'm going back to this one because this is where we did the outfit change. Her mom was helping her out, do some stuff, and she's just talking about their experiences and everything. She's trying to fix her hair. But I always tell people, if you're a photographer, do not be mad that a model brings a boyfriend, a girlfriend, mom, dad. Boyfriends and dads are a little hard to work with, but for the most part, it's nice that they bring somebody that can encourage them. Like I said, young models are very tentative about how they look, and there's a lot of models I've come across that go, "Hey, shoot me from the left or shoot me from the right," because they have a certain angle that they want to shoot from, or there's a certain shot that they don't like for their face to look at. But this was a fun shoot. It was really nice. I like the home studio. This still shot right here, like you're looking at, is the GoPro looking at her, and like I said, if you have any questions or anything, I don't really do settings. I have no idea what my settings were. I know it was the lowest ISO, maybe like 100 to 400, somewhere in there, and f2 to 2.8. She can't hear the shutter because it's an XT-3 that I'm shooting with. But for the most part, the shots come out really good. I love to play with shadow. So I think that's about it. You have a good day, good night, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye.